My conviction for Casper is at an all-time high. I believe in Casper as of right now more than ever before in history. Now, the reason for that is because even though the price is below 1.5 cents, I still believe it could hypothetically go to the price of $2 during this bull run. And of course, not financial advice and not a guarantee, but low prices, I think that's pretty much the whole point of me accumulating Casper. I don't want to FOMO in later on when it's at the price of 50 cents, 40 cents. That's just not my style. I want to FOMO in right now because even though the price could go lower, you just never know, I'm going to be dollar cost averaging because I think that anything, quite frankly, below 2 cents, that's pretty much a Black Friday sale and I don't want to miss out on it. Again, not financial advice. But here's the thing. Casper, it's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place as of right now because the market isn't doing the best. We see a lot of altcoins having a pullback. A lot of them, the community is feeling very weak overall. The vibes are not that strong. And it's no different when it comes to Casper. But then what happened, right? Man, a security breach. But then it was, of course, fixed very quickly. But in my opinion, that kind of added more, fire to the fuel, right? Because people, they were already kind of feeling a little bit negative about Casper. And then this happened, right? Even though it was fixed very quickly, which I think is amazing. But even despite that, man, of course, the community, they were like, yeah, we're out. But in my opinion, does it really matter? No, because if anything, low prices for Casper, they're amazing for me. I often say how Casper is able to solve the blockchain trilemma, which I still stand by that because it actually can fundamentally. It's highly decentralized, it's secure, and also on top of that, it's highly scalable. Now, when I say this, some people out there, they may think, what makes you think it's secure? Look at what happened to Casper not too long ago. Oh my goodness. But here's the thing. I think even despite that, the network is still very secure because if you think about it, for instance, let's say someone has great security at a mall. It doesn't mean that the mall won't ever get robbed, if you know what I mean, right? It's not like there will be no problems at the mall. There might be problems, but if let's say the security is good, first of all, they can solve it very quickly. And also on top of that, the problems may not be that many. So I think that good security doesn't mean that they'll never have a problem. That's not the case. I think good security means that being able to solve problems and also on top of that, preventing as many as possible. And if you take a look at the Casper Network, its track record has been amazing. And also when it did experience problems, fixed it very quickly. So I think that, man, when it comes to security, it's pretty much still A+, and I still do believe that it can solve the blockchain trilemma. So that didn't waver. So when people say, yeah, Casper sucks, I don't think so. Some people think that low prices equals bad fundamentals, but I think that's not an accurate reflection of what we're seeing with Casper because it's still very scalable. Gas fees, it's relatively speaking, still not as bad as a lot of the competition, namely something like Ethereum, which has sky-high gas fees. I mean, that's complete nonsense. And also on top of that, you take a look at its IBM partnership, which many people are still bullish on. That right there didn't change. So what bad thing happened to Casper? A lot of these Casper critics, they can't really answer that other than saying, oh, wow, the price is low. Oh, look at the security breach. But again, first of all, price is low. A lot of altcoins also have low prices as of right now. And second of all, security breach got fixed very quickly. So the main arguments that people have for saying that Casper is bad, I think is pretty much invalid. At least that's just the way I view it. It's still one of the best layer 1 blockchains out there, in my opinion. And Casper, it's focused on a narrative that a lot of people are often forgetting about or just ignoring. Because think about this. People think that when it comes to AI, it's going to be a big narrative moving forward. I do believe it's going to be a big narrative. People think that blockchain gaming is going to be a big narrative. I do too. Also, people think that, oh, wow, meme coins are going to be big, which I do believe as well. But oftentimes, people ignore that the enterprise market could potentially be so massive as well, if not bigger. Because if you take a look at enterprises, they have the capital, they have the resources, and they have the volume to facilitate growth at such an insane scale. And when it comes to Casper, it's actually enterprise optimized. It was built from the ground up to be enterprise optimized, right? As opposed to other layer 1 blockchains that was kind of catered to the retail market. And just very recently, they're starting to focus on the enterprise market. But that's not the case when it comes to Casper. Casper from the ground up, again, was purpose-built for that. So I think it's much better equipped to handle enterprise adoption. And think about this. What fostered the growth of the internet? Primarily, it was enterprise adoption because you take a look at the retail market. Yeah, sure, it did help. But again, if you take a look back in history, enterprise adoption was what allowed, the internet to reach the great heights that we see of today. So when it comes to Casper being focused on the enterprise market, that's such a genius move. Not many of its competition is focused on that right now, but I think that's a blessing in disguise again, because imagine once enterprises fully start looking into adopting, blockchain technology, guess who's going to be the few that are actually catered towards, allowing something as big as an enterprise to adopt it? It's going to be something like Casper and, of course, some others. But again, there's not that many. So if there isn't that many options, guess who's going to have a higher probability to be chosen? It's, of course, going to be something like Casper. Casper at the price of $2 wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if it were to go to the price of $2, considering its current circulating supply, market cap would be around $24 billion. Not too much to ask for. We saw Ethereum reach over $550 billion. We saw BNB reach over $100 billion. This is like peanuts in the grand scheme of things, especially for something this amazing. I don't think it's too much to ask for, and $2 wouldn't surprise me at all during this bull run. I'm clearly not giving up when it comes to Casper. I made it this far. Not going to quit right now. And even historically speaking, you take a look at how altcoins, in a worst case scenario, they usually peak 18 months around after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, this is the absolute worst case, right? But if we consider how the Bitcoin halving event happened back in April, that's potentially October next year, waiting, potentially up to that long. But in my opinion, is that really that bad? No, because I've been waiting since 2021. This is like peanuts, man. All I got to do right now is just continue to accumulate more and more Casper. I'm just going to hold. I'm not going to sell because the way I take a look at it is that it's an unrealized loss. So, of course, I'm not going to be paper handing this one. I made it this far. I'm going to diamond hand it out. Now, not financial advice. I think all signs are pointing towards this bull run being insane. Bitcoin, I think, potentially could go to the price of $150,000 during this bull run. Not insane because you take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, you take a look at the number of institutional investors for Bitcoin, really the sky's the limit. Also, on top of that, you take a look at how the sentiment for cryptocurrencies overall is just a lot better, in my opinion, when compared to 2021, because there's currently over 500 million crypto owners, as opposed to back in 2021 during the peak of that bull run, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. So again, right, more crypto owners as of right now, more than ever before in history, actually, according to Crypto.com research. So I don't want to miss out on this bull run, and I'm going to stay patient. I'm going to continue to accumulate, and I think around a year from right now, things are going to look so different. $2 wouldn't surprise me at all during this bull run. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.